Hello, gang. In today's science lesson, we are going to, first of all, check our notes, our study guide from yesterday. So what I'd like you to do is take out your notes, and you are going to check your answers for A8 and A9. So on the screen right now, I have the answer key for page A8. What I'd like you to do is pause the video. Go ahead and check your answers. Please make sure that you correct any that you have incorrect. Okay, after you're done correcting, then you can unpause. And then here is page A9. So once again, go ahead and pause at this point. Check your notes for A8 and A9. Make sure that they're all correct. Okay. Let me just go down. I want to read this. Oh, nope, I don't have it on there. Okay, so after you've corrected them, you can unpause your video. And then I'd like you to go to page 8 in your science packet. It looks like this. It's called Cell Structure Lab. We're going to do our cell lab today. So I want you to go ahead and find that. And what you're going to be doing as I go through the slide presentation with our lab pictures is you're going to be drawing them. So let me go ahead and just start by reading this. Cell Structure Lab. In the early part of the 19th century, scientists, after extensive studies of animals and plants under the microscope, concluded that all living things are made of cells. In the 17th century, Robert Hooke made thin slices of cork and studied them with a crude microscope of his day. And this is a picture of that microscope, and there's Robert Hooke. So draw what you see under the micro slide viewer for each. So these are what we're going to be taking a look at. We're going to be taking a look at cork, onion skin, a green leaf, a cheek cell, a blood cell, and a nerve cell. Okay? Remember, you're going to be drawing them. If you happen to not be able to find your science packet, just grab a piece of paper and you can draw, just label it just like this paper is, and then you can draw what you see on that piece of paper. Okay? So let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, if you were in the classroom with me, this is what we would have been using. This is a micro viewer, which is a little bit different from a microscope. A microscope is more for live samples. This micro viewer is actually, these are pictures of cells. So they are still pictures. Because think about it, if we would be looking at live samples under a microscope and I was trying to point out the different organelles within a cell, it would be really hard for me to show you what they looked like because all of your slides would be moving and they would all look different. So this is why we have pictures of those specific cells so that I can point out all the different organelles. Okay. Once again, here's a better picture of the microscope there, and there's Robert Hooke. All right, so your first slide, this is what you're going to be drawing, this picture. So if we look through our microviewer, this is what you would see. And Mrs. Lewis actually, she hooked us up. She took her cell phone and she took a picture through the microviewer, and look how good the picture got. This is what you would have seen if you would have looked through that microviewer. So this is what you will be drawing on your lab sheet. In the 17th century, Robert Hooke made a thin slice of cork and studied them with the crude microscope of his day. Hooke called these dark-celled boxes cells. These cells are empty because cork is dead and dried out part of a tree. So it's dead. That's why you don't see anything within those cells. Okay, so what I want you to do at this point is go ahead and pause the video so that you can draw the cells and what they look like. And then I'm going to keep moving, so hopefully you paused, and then you can unpause it when you're ready to roll. Our next slide is onion skin. So this slide was made by separating the thick sections of fresh onion and peeling off the thin, colorless layer between them. So if you've ever cut an onion or helped your parents cut onions and they have the thin layers, this is one of those little thin layers. Okay, so take a closer look here. If you look real closely at letter A, you can see the cell wall. Okay, and then letter B, this would be the cytoplasm. There's your nucleus, the circle that's in the middle there. And then letter D, the membrane is really hard to see on there, but it is like right next to your cell wall there. Okay, a plant cell has a cell wall surrounding the membrane. Okay, and this was magnified at 200 times, just so you kind of have an idea here. Let's go to this one. Don't forget to pause the video, pause this, and you're going to draw this, and you can label them too to help yourself out at your onion skin. When you're ready, then go ahead and click on. I'm going to keep moving here. You just pause your video so that you can draw. This is a cross section of a leaf showing different kinds of cells. It is not always possible to see all the parts of the same cell. So you can take a look there. You go ahead and pause your video. This was magnified at 300 times. So pause it up and then try to draw this the best that you can on your paper. Our next one at slide 4 is cheek cells. So you're going to be pausing this then, and you're going to be drawing these cheek cells. To make this slide, we gently scrape the inner surface of a person's cheek with a toothpick and spread the material on a glass slide. We can see the 3 parts that make almost all cells. So take a look. See if you can figure out, can you find the nucleus in this? Can you find the cytoplasm? Can you find the cell membrane? Go ahead and draw that. Pause it, draw it. Slide 5 are blood cells. Okay, to make this slide, a small drop of human blood was smeared flat. The liquid part, plasma, dried, and the cells that remained were stained. So they actually used like a dye to stain this, so it would be easier for us to see. Which is kind of cool, I think. Okay, so go ahead and pause. This was magnified at 900 times. Pause it up. Draw it. When you're ready, go ahead and continue. The last slide here is the nerve cells. This slide was made from part of the human brain that contains memory, thinking, and learning. It shows several nerve cells, each with a thick main cell body and many long extensions. So here you can see that that main cell body, and then you can see it kind of looks like veins coming out, almost like a leaf would, like the veins of a leaf. But this is from a nerve cell. Like here's another cell body, and then you can see the parts coming off of it. So once again, go ahead and pause. Draw this picture for yourself so you see what a nerve cell looks like. And then when you're ready, we will move on. Okay, so once again, you're drawing each of these different types of cells on your lab sheet. When you are finished with that, you are going to go ahead and complete the exit ticket, the cell structure lab exit ticket. So go ahead and fill that guy out. If you have any questions about today's class, please let me know.